Wales secured third place in style. My name's Mark. Let's talk rugby. Wales were applying pressure early on, and Italy get pinged for not rolling away. Bevan opens the scoring from the tee, 3-0 to Wales. Wales then go to the corner from another penalty. This time they're looking for more than just the 3 points. They claim the line out well. Then it's, before the jumper lands, it's given off to Tupolatu, who comes around on the blind side. I think Italy did really well to halt her, and then they actually drive her back a bit as well. Italy come up with the ball. I think it's Locatelli gets it, but turned it over illegally, so it's a penalty to Wales. Bevan goes quickly from that pen. They recycle it twice, and then Lewis gets over. This one is converted, and we're at 10-0. Italy, though, they hit back straight away, pretty much from the kickoff. They get to the edge of 22. They spread it. Neumann comes up looking for an intercept, but she misses it. Then Italy are in behind. Muzo, she breaks all the way up to the line, but is stopped just short by Hannah Jones. But then Madia snipes and grounds right in the corner. Solari, great conversion from her from the touchline, 10-7. Italy then, they come again. They're looking to get it out wide on the right. You can see that they've made some space over there, but the move breaks down. I think it was a knock on, but then we come back because there was a late tackle earlier on in the move. Solari ties the game up at 10-all. Then Wales, they're camped in the Italian 22 as we approach the halftime break. So we have some good carries from like Piers, Evans, Callender there as well. And they get to win about a metre up the line. Then Tupolatu goes over under the post. This one's converted for 17-10. That was a halftime score. I think Tupolatu did well there because there were times in that half, and seen it throughout the tournament as well, not just with her, but with other of the big ball carriers for Wales, that sometimes when they carry, like when they go into impact, they're almost going down straight away. But this time she actually drives through, and that actually gets her over the line. And I think, in time they're going to learn a bit more about that, how to basically carry their weight, because they're some big women that they have that they're using for the carries, but sometimes they're almost going down before the tackle. But this time, really good strength from her to get over there. She did have a latch as well, but you could see that she got her body position right to make sure she got over the line. Into the second half then, Wales get another penalty. They kick it to the corner. They secure the line out, and this time the maul drives over. I think the Italians tried to bring it down illegally, but didn't work. Like they peeled off maybe one player or something, but Wales just had too much momentum straight over. Harries is the scorer here. Again, this one is converted. Some really good kicking in this one, and I don't know who was, some English journalist or ex-player, some asshole anyway, guy who said that women should be allowed to kick closer the way that they drive in golf from a different tee, etc. But like the kicking, especially in the last round, from almost all the kickers has been exceptional, and just kind of proves that professionalism coming in, that it's possible for these players to do it. They can be very accurate, and they don't need that kind of handicap of being a little bit closer either. So great conversion there. Then Wales come back again. They're around about halfway. Snow still, she puts Callender through a gap, like really kind of made the defender bite in, and then just wait till the last second to give it off to her. Callender goes through that gap. She breaks, then exchanges passes with Williams Morris, who's out on the left, and then Callender goes over to score. This time the conversion is missed, but they've got a healthy lead at this point, 29-10. Doesn't feel like Italy have anything really in the tank to come back. And It's actually Wales who get the final score of the game. They have a scrum. It's completely dominant. They're just pushing Italy back, and it's on the edge of the Italian 22. They get the penalty advantage. They don't need that, though, because Harries picks it up from the back, gives it off to Lewis, and then she puts a really clever grubber in behind. There's no sweeper for Italy. Lake wins the race to the ball. She gathers and scores under the post. Again, this was converted for 36-10, and that was our final score. Now, let's have a quick look at some of the stats from the game. So first of all, possession was 47% for Italy, 53% for Wales. Territory, 42% for Italy and 58% for Wales. So for these two teams, actually pretty much around where they've been for most of the Six Nations. Italy generally had less possession and territory, even in that game that they won against Ireland, whereas Wales have tried to, dominate both of those stats. And, sometimes to with good results, and other times against, the likes of England and France, not so much. But you can see like the development with them. They want to hold on to the ball. They're confident to be able to go through phases and hang on to the ball, whereas Italy are more of a strike team, kind of similar to France. Obviously, skill level not as good as France, but that's the kind of model they seem to be following, and they will get there, I think, because some of the skills that they do show is really, really good. But then points per visit to 22, you got 1.2 for Italy, 3.3 for Wales. Wales being more clinical than we saw in some of the games. I felt with this one, they got their chances and they got over, whereas in other games, they had that close one against Scotland, and then obviously against England as well, where they were making chances but not necessarily converting them. But in this one, it seemed like that they were making the most of pretty much every chance they were getting. Offloads then 7 for Italy, 3 for Wales. As Italy really are trying to get this offloading style, and when it clicks with them, it really clicks. Like they scored a try against Ireland where I think there was 2 or 3 offloads in the move, and without the offloads, each of the offloads, the move would have broken down. And that's kind of, for me at least, shows when the team is good at offloading, when they're offloading in order to keep the ball alive, rather than sometimes players, they get tackled and they just fling the ball, and it's in Ireland we call it a grushy. I think Irish people understand that, but it's basically you throw it out and everybody dives on it. But Italy generally with their offloads, they're looking, they know they're going to have that player there in support, and they give the offload. Today didn't get them as much as maybe they would have liked in the game, but still it's good to see them having that skill set there. And I think as they improve, it's going to be an integral part of how they attack. Scrums then 86% for Italy, 100% for Wales. I think both teams, their scrums weren't the best throughout the tournament, but good for Wales to go 100%, and actually 86% for Italy was fairly solid as well for them. But you could see that at times Wales definitely did have the nudge, especially on their own ball. Breakdown steals, 4 for Italy, 9 for Wales. We've seen throughout the tournament, Wales, they want to get in there, they want to compete, they get their turnovers. And again, I think it helped them in this game as well to just kind of limit the chances that Italy had. Penalty conceded then, 8 for Italy and 5 for Wales. So, both are actually pretty good performances in terms of penalties. I think once you can keep it below double figures, you're actually doing pretty well. So decent discipline for both teams in terms of how they've gone over the tournament. Then Italy, I think they're one of the few teams who actually started the tournament better than they finished. Most of the other teams improved throughout, even Ireland, who were by the end still weren't all that good, but certainly better than they were when they started. But Italy, great performance against France. They didn't do too bad against England either. Beat Ireland, but then they lose to Scotland when they were probably favourites for that game. Then they struggled really to challenge Wales in this game at all. I think, again, the offloading game, it does show promise. And, as they develop their attack, I think it's going to really will stand to them. But I do feel as well that they've got to be more accurate in, their passing, and also in just, all around play as well. But as that come, I think that they're going to get the results that it looks like, they're certainly capable of. But then I do think as well that their set piece needs work. Wales, they really have claimed that title of the best of the rest. There's now a clear gap between them and the three teams who finish below them. There's still a way to go for them to be competing with France and England, but they can certainly be proud of their campaign. They got some young, talented players in there. They're only in there 2 years now that they've had professional contracts, and this team are only going to get better.